Yo! What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning into my live today. We're back at it with another Minecraft Monday. Sorry we missed last week, but, things happen. So here we are on number 6. If you're new to the Minecraft Monday series, basically I play Minecraft, hence the Minecraft part of that. And then I do it on Mondays, so hence the Monday part of it. But while I play Minecraft, I'm not commenting on what I'm doing, maybe if something crazy happens, but this is mostly just to have a time to talk about life, just talk about how things are going in the world, talk about different topics, and just have a nice peaceful game of Minecraft going on in the background. So that's really what this is all about. And this is the first episode of the podcast version of Minecraft Mondays. So there'll be a little bit of a kind of draw between the two. There'll be a little bit of a gap. There we go. There'll be a gap between the two because I've already released 6 of the YouTube series. But hopefully we're gonna do some exclusive content in one or the other eventually. Just kind of do fun stuff with it. So that's what I am looking forward to, and last time I talked about, there's a video where I talked about it, and I decided, why not, might as well expand the audience a little bit and see what'll happen if I release this as a podcast. So that is what we're going to do with it, and I'm pretty excited, to be honest. Been on the podcast grind recently with my best friend. You'll see the link in the description. Always put it down there. Not for every video, but pretty much every video I put it in there, and it's a podcast about tech. It's High Tech Podcast, HI Tech Podcast, and we just talk about anything and everything tech. It's just the two of us, 2 college kids. We have a decent amount of experience with tech. We both are Apple people for the most part, so a decent amount of our episodes are about that, but we also just released an episode about kind of just the anti-Apple is basically what it was. It was just what other options are there outside of Apple, and just talk about anything. We've talked about gaming consoles, Teslas, electric cars in general, I don't know, pretty much everything you would think of, we have talked about it, or plan to, because it's growing. I think we're on our 9th episode right now. That could be wrong, but I'm fairly certain that number's correct. So pretty exciting stuff. Also been doing a podcast with another friend. It's called Shamcast, and we literally just have a conversation similar to this, but it's with another person, so you get kind of that dual aspect of it, and it's literally just about everything, but we only do it when we get Shamrock Shakes, so it's pretty interesting. So I thought, why not? Why not throw this on there? So if you are listening on one of the platforms that this podcast is on, welcome. You're not missing much. I'm literally just playing Minecraft, but if you want to watch me play Minecraft in a survival world, I do have a YouTube channel, Kyler's Life, and you can just look it up, and I'll be doing that there. And like I said, in the future, maybe we'll do some just exclusive content on either ones. Maybe I'll answer questions on one or the other. My big inspiration for podcasts was actually Tanner Fox podcast. If you don't watch that, it's No Fox Given, Focks. He originally was going to do FOX, but fun fact, Fox owns pretty much exclusive news rights to that name, so you cannot use the word Fox associated with any sort of kind of entertainment. And that's unfortunate for Tanner because Fox is literally his last name, which is why he did that as the podcast. But it's very interesting because I've been following Tanner for several years now. So to see him kind of come out and do something different is really nice, and it's nice to see him motivated. So it's cool to see him come out and do some new content and see him passionate about something. I think he is passionate about YouTube, but it's just kind of that new drive, that new passion that is very exciting. And I think we've just bred all the cows. So to see him have that new motivation and to see Maverick being involved, that's it's just super great to see. And plus we get to hear a lot more about his story, which is something you don't get a lot from YouTube because he has his own YouTube life that he lives, so, which is fair. Everybody should have that. Keeps kind of your lives separate. So it's cool to see, and I'm excited about it. And it kind of put me on the podcast train. So enough about podcasts. We've been talking about them for a while. Let's move on to something else. Something that came up in a conversation recently it was YouTube. We were talking about franchises and that kind of realm. Which also, like, franchises are super expensive. I did some research on them a while back, and I did not realize how expensive it was to own a franchise, but it makes sense because it's one of the, like, you're pretty much guaranteed to do well as long as you pick the right spot, because, you know, your business plan, your like means of operation, sometimes even the building and stuff, it's just given to you for the cost. It's a lot easier than, say, like starting your own business. It definitely has its downsides and difficulties. I'm not going to underplay that, but for the most part, it's easier, but very expensive. But anyway, we were talking about YouTube and how, like, not everything YouTube does is perfect. I mean, we can all agree to that. Some of its algorithms and stuff. But it's insane how, like, no one really knows how the algorithm works. And there's probably a few people, but it's incredibly difficult to figure out. There's so many variables that they place in. And then it's also just crazy that, like, YouTube doesn't really have competitors. Like, me and my friend were trying to think about it. And, you know, maybe something like Twitch or something like that would be its competitor, but it almost seems impossible. Like, YouTube's in this weird spot where they are the industry of what they do. And if you were to kind of make another platform for sharing videos, I think it would be almost impossible to do so without just copying what YouTube does. There's certainly things you could do better, but you wouldn't be able to because you would just be shot down, which I think is insane. But then again, you know, it's kind of the just industry that you choose, whether you choose Twitch or YouTube or both. I would love to do Twitch. I'd love to, you know, have that face cam going, have that conversation. Very conversation-based guy, hence why I do these Minecraft Mondays, which is ironic because I don't always talk a lot in person, but I'm more of a listener in person. But I like to talk. I like to figure out ideas and that kind of stuff. So it's exciting to me, and it'd be fun to go live. But I just I don't have the equipment or the money to obtain said equipment to stream. So that's what it is. I might stream in the future, but for now we're just doing this. And it'll be interesting to see where YouTube goes from here because it's been growing for a long time, and I think it's at that point. I think it's at the first point where there's a lot of really good creators out there, and to see where they go next, what happens when they inevitably stop doing YouTube. All these are pretty serious questions. And it'll be interesting to see what YouTube does, what they do. And apparently YouTube hasn't turned a profit ever since it was created, just because of how expensive it is to run. So that's kind of crazy, because, like, YouTubers make a lot. I mean, look at Dude Perfect, Mr. Beast. It's very evident that they have been very successful, and good for them. They have definitely put the work in to earn that spot, and it's kind of it's exciting. I don't know. It's an exciting time to be in the YouTube world, and like, you know, everybody's always going to say it's too saturated. You're never going to make it, but I think YouTube is one of those rare places where as long as you do it right, you're going to make it because, like, the YouTubers that are on top now aren't always going to be on top. So if you just continue to work and make, you know, get up there and try, you know, what can go wrong, really? And I think that's kind of the philosophy I have with this, is just, I'm just doing it and just kind of really hoping it works out. But honestly, if it doesn't, oh well. I had a fun time doing it. YouTube is a great place and just fun to work with. And I love filming and I love editing. So who knows where this is going to take me. Just kind of doing it to gain that experience and just hope to figure out where it goes from there. And I guess that's just kind of evident of how I live, just my life in general. Just kind of going with the flow, go from day to day, figuring it out as I go, and just trying to determine what is best for me, and just determining what's best and figuring out where to go. And right now, this is it. I'm in college. I have some extra time. I'm developing my personal skills, and this is just one of them. This is an avenue that I could potentially go down. So might as well do it while I have the time. And what better way than to challenge myself to upload every single day, because I need that motivation. And now that we're 3 months in, pretty motivated because I want to do the best I can and make it as far as I can. So, here we are doing it. So far we have been massively successful, obviously, since we've uploaded every single day. There's one day cutting it a little close. I forget exactly what happened, but I just know I was pretty close. I think I uploaded at like 11 o'clock at night. But we did it, we're out here doing it. So I'm excited, and I'm excited to see where this YouTube channel goes, and just kind of YouTube in general. And also at any time, if you're listening on the podcast, it'll be difficult. Maybe I'll make like an email that you guys can email, but if not, you can just go over to my YouTube channel, like I said before, Kyler's Life. And if you're already on the YouTube channel, hey, what's up? You can just comment down below any sort of reaction to what I say. If you have questions, if you have an idea for a future episode, like what you want me to talk about, anything like that, just go ahead and comment it down below. I read all my comments, so you can just comment whatever you would like, and I will be there, willing and ready to read what you have to offer. So yeah, just go ahead and comment that, and I'll try and respond, or just whatever the comment entails, I will do my best to accommodate to. So far we haven't had a lot of comments. Shout out to my family and friends that are here. A lot of you are commenting, which is good, because and that's something we do know about the algorithm, as with any social media experience. The more engagement that whatever you're posting gets, the better whatever you're posting will do. I think that's pretty, self-explanatory. Like on Facebook, the more likes you get, the better your whatever will do, and it makes sense. It's logical. I definitely almost died in Minecraft, so sorry, that sentence didn't make a lot of sense. But whatever you're doing in whatever social media platform, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, you name it, the more engagement you get, the better. That's like the whole point of social media. So it makes sense that any like or comment, subscription, stuff like that, because that's like, that's what YouTube's all about. Sharing, anything like that will get the video out to more people. And the first 1,000 is apparently the hardest. That's what I've heard and what's been proven. I know a couple channels that just hit 1,000, and when you hit 1,000, as long as you're doing it right, you can monetize, which is good, because it kind of helps motivate, but also helps just grow the channel in general. So that's really good. And then also, once you hit 1,000, YouTube can try and start making money off of you, so they promote your channel to more and more people, and just kind of grows from there. But yeah, the first 1,000 is the hardest, and obviously we're on that grind. I don't really know how we got onto that topic, but so far I was talking about comments in general. So yeah, just go ahead and comment whatever you'd like. I'll be there ready to read them. So yeah, going from podcast to YouTube. Man, I haven't traveled that far. Social media in general right now, while we're still on this topic, is very interesting. I don't know. It's a very interesting world we live in, where people are kind of like just fighting online and not like really talking about anything, but also just like getting offended at like everything. It feels like I don't know where we picked that up. I don't know about you, but I grew up in a world where, we made fun of people, and, people just took things lighthearted and everything wasn't so serious. And now everybody's just like afraid that they're going to offend the wrong person, which obviously is like, it's good to be nice and not just be mean, but I feel like there's also a balance of like being too nice and too accepting. But maybe that's just me. I don't know. I feel like we're hindering our own ability to grow as a society because of how offended we're getting at everything. I think we just need to sit down and figure things out, but nobody wants to do that. They just want to fight. So that's not going to happen. And that's just one of those big problems out there that kind of seems unsolvable, but if we work together as a society, like cleaning up or getting free water to people or cleaning up the ocean, it takes people that are motivated to get out there and kind of just figure out how to do it, and then just work hard at doing it. And it's successful so far. I forget the name of the organization, but there's an organization out there that is working very hard to get clean water to people. And they had like a 20-minute ad, and I watched the whole thing because it was engaging, it was exciting. It was something that, they're changing lives. Thousands, possibly millions of lives over time by getting this clean water to places that just don't have it. And we're back. Sorry about that little time lapse, but somebody was printing, and gotta respect the grind out there printing. I have a pretty nice printer. I brought it to college because at the time I printed a lot. Now that we're kind of in this weird online COVID thing, a lot of teachers are just kind of doing everything online, which is great, honestly. So I don't really have to print a lot, but it's really nice. I get to help a lot of other people out while they're printing, and then whenever I need to print, obviously I can print as well. That's just something I live by, just helping out other people. Something I've just always been, I don't know, it just fills me with joy. To be honest, I love helping people, love getting smiles on faces. It was one of my kind of taglines in high school. So yeah. But anyway, back to what we were talking about before. Let's see, what did we finish off talking about? Yikes. I don't remember what topic we ended up on. I know we're talking about podcasts, we talked about YouTube, talked about just social media in general, a little bit of franchise. Yeah, a little bit of commenting, just how that's important. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's a pretty good place to end. Kind of this was a unique episode. Kind of kept it all in one realm. Usually, I feel like I jump around a lot more usually, but yeah, I guess for the first episode, the first podcast episode, yeah, this has been it. Like I said, if you want to watch me play Minecraft while I talk about this, you can go over to my YouTube channel. And if you're tired of watching Minecraft, I guess you can go check out the podcast. It'll also just be Kyler's life. So yeah, I guess that's all we got for today. Thank you so much for joining, and if you could, go down there, comment down, whatever your thoughts are about episode topics or anything that I talk about there. And while you're down there, if you could leave a like and subscribe, that'd be incredible. It's free, it's easy, you can always change your mind. And yeah, that's all I got for today. So as always, we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.